Hello everyone and welcome back to Ravenport. Last time we were focused on the pastoral side of the farm, looking after all of our animals and making sure they had all the feed and nutrition. We also sold the produce, the wool and the eggs, and then from the greenhouse we also sold the onions to the market, and from all of that we made a pretty decent profit. However, last time we did not have enough time to get round to honey production, and the farm shop is now completely empty and has no more honey to sell. And that's a big problem because honey is a really nice earner in the game. So my plan is to dedicate today's session, which will be I guess this game's morning, to processing some honey, getting it bottled up and taken to the farm shop. So as you can see, I've got the Magarus with the low loader. I've just loaded the front loader, the Kramer front loader, to it. We're going to make our way to the honey farm and I'm going to pick up the empty pallets so we can then go on to the shop, buy some honey jars and bring them back to the honey farm. We will need the honey jars to be able to bottle, and we've completely run out of them. They are consumed when you sell them to the farm shop. So yeah, that is the plan first. Here we are at the honey farm, and if we take a look in here, you can see I've got some empty pallets which we will take to the shop to get our honey bottles purchased and brought back here. Cool. So I'm going to get on with getting over to the shop and bringing the honey bottles back, and I will see you in a short while. Okay, so we have been to the shop, we have got two caged pallets full of bottles. There's 18 honey boxes in each. So yeah, we've got all the bottles that we could possibly need for the time being. So next step is going to be on to getting the honey processed. I will cover the process again, but please check out one of my earlier videos where I set up the honey farm in totality. But yeah, the process is as follows. We have our hives here, which are made up of bees and honeycombs. As you can see, we've got honeycombs empty and bees here. We're full of bees, 99% full. Takes a total of 400. That does sort of depreciate over time as the bees die off. As you can see, we've got some full honeycombs here, and this hive is nearly, well, is pretty much, I don't think it ever gets to 100, completely full. So we would, at this point, open up the hive and take out one of the honeycombs. Go. So I have already done this previously. The last time we did honey was the Easter session. That's how long ago it was. So we already have a pallet full of full honeycombs. So yeah, no need to empty them. If I don't have enough honeycombs and honey to fill the bottles we've got here, then I will of course collect some more. But yeah, from last time we've got a full pallet of full honeycombs, which is great. So the full honeycombs then go in the honey extractor, which is this machine here. And take the strap off there. We can frisbee them, I think is the best way to do it. Into the honey extractor. Takes 4 at a time. There we go. And the honey is spun round, and as you can see the texture changing there. Changes back because I have a honey pot down here, but yeah, the extractor spins round, splats the honey to the edge of the tank, where it then drips down and flows out here into this honey pot. This honey pot then gets taken over to the bottling plant. You can see that this is 20 litres full of honey already, so there's some left over from the last time. I know it was Easter, but I'm hoping that the honey is still okay enough to sell. So let's just get the straps off of this. Go. And again, best way to do it is just to stand on top, I find, and place the empty jars to the bottling plant, and it will then process the bottling of the honey, and when it's ready we can take the full jars out. So we are going to need an empty crate over on this side to put our full honey jars in. And then once this is full, we will get that picked up by the front loader, loaded onto the gator and taken to the farm shop. So yeah, that is the process. Collect the full honeycombs from the hives, place them into the honey extractor, and once that's all extracted, honey goes into the pot as follows. The pot can then be used to fill up the bottling plant back up to 20 litres. The bottles get put into the bottling plant and get loaded here. So here we have a full honey box, and then I will put them in the pallets so we can load them up. So yeah, that's the process of the honey farm and the production line that we've got going on here. It does need constant attention because the stuff gets processed quite quickly and it needs topping up. So it's quite hard to keep 100% efficient. The honey extractor has stopped over here, likely because it's full of honey, or the honeycombs are now empty. So yeah, we have some empty honeycombs which we'll put back into these pallets here, and then this pallet will be used once it's full to resupply the hives so the bees can put honey in the honeycombs again. So yeah, I really do like these square caged pallets. They really work with the honey parts that you need. So the bottles, they stack really nicely in there. These honeycombs are quite fiddly when moved individually, so these pallets just really add a bit of control and makes it look a bit neater. Don't want to get in the gator. So yeah, we will keep processing this, taking the empty honeycombs out, putting full ones in. Get my aim right. Go. Honey frisbeeing, and that is on its way. Until the bottling plant needs emptying already. So it is a lot of work, and I'm going to crack on with it. So I will see you in a short while. Okay, so we have got an entire square caged pallet full of filled honey bottles. So I'm going to get this strapped up and we will get the front loader to load it onto the gator and get that over to the farm shop. The processing has gone quite well. It needs constant attention to make sure it's all running, and yeah, based on sort of the processing, the honey extractor is almost too quick for the bottling plant. So I reckon you could get away with having two bottling plants to one extractor. We just make it work for us in this honey farm. You have to deal with slightly excess honey and wait for the bottler to match up. So we need this empty crate taken over to here, where then get this unstrapped, fiddly, making sure you get the right one, and then hop on here, get the bottles back onto the bottling plant so we can then start to fill our second pallet. I have gone through all of the honeycombs. I think there's one more that's empty in there. Stacked on there. Give the bottling plant a quick top up. You can see that these two buckets are completely full. So yeah, we're extracting honey faster than we can get it bottled. But that's not a problem. Just going to let that run. So, get this strapped up. The straps start to interfere with one another. Cool. So we'll take our first pallet of honey bottles over to the farm shop. I bought the gator for the sole purpose of toing and froing from the farm shop and the honey farm. I think if we drive up close, we'll accept. Okay. Ooh, so we can just drag this off here. In the range of the farm shop. So keys for unstrapping and opening the farm shop dialog box are flashing. Cool, but there we go. We've got some honey jars left in there. We can take the empty one back with us. And then the honey jars that are remaining can be just left here to slowly spawn into the farm shop. Here, there's now 80 glasses of honey, and they get sold every hour, so we get an hourly profit from it. And yeah, it will slowly spawn as the farm shop empties into the farm shop, which is perfect. Cool, so we'll dash back to the honey farm, work on our second pallet of bottled honey, and then we can take that to the farm shop once we're finished. I am going to have to get some more full honeycombs from the hives, so I will take this pallet off and put it in our production area. Hopefully we've got not quite emptied. Let's fill up the bottler. Go. Hoping that should enable us to empty that last honeycomb from there. Two to empty from here to put into our new an empty pallet down here. You can tell it is a little bit fiddly at times. Trying to explain what I'm doing whilst doing it, that's when I sometimes get in a muddle. Just straighten things up. There we go. I think, hoping, no, that's not quite empty yet. Cool, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to strap this down. The honeycombs don't fly into the abyss. I'm going to turn off the data, get in the front loader. When I bought this front loader, I didn't realise that it was going to be really, really useful for the honey farm as well. So I'm going to pick up the pallet of empty honeycombs. And I think the hive which is empty here, no, this one, so we can get this dropped off. Give it a bit of space, get the straps off, and start. Oh, other side. Frisbeeing them back into the hive. Cool, so I'm going to get these back into the hive. I will then probably empty one of the hives up the top to get some full honeycombs to start putting into the extractor, because we will need that for getting our second pallet of honey bottles filled up. So I'm going to do that. Couple of tips for if you were to try honey farming, and this is the honey production mod as part of the global company. I would definitely suggest that you only probably need 2, maybe 4 maximum hives. I just went ahead and thought, hell, let's get a load of hives so we can do lots and lots of honey production. You don't really need it because it's quite manual. To keep up with all of the honey that is produced is quite a challenge. So yeah, I think you only really need 2 to 4 hives, or maximum I'd say. Cool, so gonna get this hive filled up, and then we'll empty one of the hives at the end there, start extracting that, and carry on the process of bottling it up. So, once again, I will see you in a short while. Right, there we go. We have filled up our second pallet of honey. And it's all nicely bottled. We're going to pick it up with the front loader like we did last time, and might just take it with the front loader down there. But yeah, we've still got lots of honey still left. So there's 20 litres in the bottling plant, and there's in 30 litres in the honey extractor. So this is the last time that we're going to be producing honey, so we'll just have to take whatever's spare back to the farm and keep it for ourselves. But yes, we'll get the front loader to pick up the full pallet bottled honey. Coming at a weird angle here, I know. We'll drop it down and get it straightened up. But yeah, that has been the honey production. I think we've gone through every step. We've obviously gone and bought the bottles from the shop. We've taken out some of the full honeycombs from the hive, although we had quite a few from the last time. And we've extracted that honey, put it into the bucket, which then allows you to put it into the bottling plant. We've put the empty bottles into the bottling plant and got it all nicely bottled up and put into these crates, which will now sit happily and top up the farm shop, which is really, really good. There we go. I will just unstrap that, so as they spawn into the farm shop, they all stack downwards. Yeah, if we go into the farm shop, you can see that our honey is all here nicely for sale. Something that I would like to try in a later series is the fruit trees, and you can sell fruit at the farm shop. So apples, cherries, pears, plums, and for all of those 4 types you can buy trees to grow them. So that'll be something quite nice to try in the future as well. But that is it for today. So we've done our honey production. The farm shop is now full and ready to resume the sale of honey to all our farm shop customers. So I'm just going to close down the honey farm for now and leave it as is. As mentioned, it'll be the last time we produce honey. There's only going to be 2 episodes left of Ravenport before I look to move to another farm. But the honey production mod has been a really fun thing to try. There's so much depth to it, from sort of doing all the various steps of placing the hives, adding the bees and the empty honeycombs, to extracting the full honeycombs, getting the honey extracted into buckets to put into the bottling plant and so forth. The whole process is really, really nice. So a big thank you to the modders who created that as part of the global company mod. Really recommend you try it out if you haven't. But yeah, that is it for today. I really hope you've enjoyed watching. A big thank you for all your views, and a massive thanks for any likes and subscribes. I am up to 33 subscribers now, which is fantastic. That I'm really happy to have broken the 30 milestone, and it's just upwards from here. If you've got any tips, advice, things you'd like me to do, please feel free to leave a comment. I'm happy to hear any ideas, mods to try, other crops to try, any map suggestions as well for the next series. That would be fantastic. But yeah, as always, big thank you for your support, and I will see you next time. Catch you later. Bye bye.